Hello, how are you doing? I'm Rachel Luantale. I'm the CEO and founder of Imali, but I would say it's an ecosystem support builder, and I'm also a director at AgriTrade Uganda, an export promotion company. So basically, yeah, that would be the summary. But our goal is to, as Imal, is to help people reach their goals. Dee and Martha reached out to me regarding the group, and I'm informed that you're 260 members on this WhatsApp group, and you've transformed from the time you started as a group which is going to keep the security of the community. Right now you have unintentionally become family. Yes, your family, because right now family are the people you choose. We have our family, but there are also those families we have that are very essential for our growth. So um, an aspect of saving as a group came up, saving as a group, and I believe you've been having discussions about this. And of course, just like any family, we don't have the same fingers. Our fingers are totally different. Some of us have strengths, some of us have weaknesses, some of us may earn more, and some of us may earn less. But how do we find that joining? How do we find something that brings us together? Because the more I talked with D, he informed me that they need a group which the group has to stay together. That was very essential for him. So in that aspect, the growth of your group is very important. And one thing you have that maybe other people don't have, you have numbers. So the advantage of numbers is that, of course, some people may have resources, some may have time, some may have knowledge, and these things are really important. Some may not be in monetary terms, but they help the group grow. So I wanted to come here and tell you that that's a very big thing. 260 members, that's a very big thing, and it can push the group further to grow and become bigger. And the compounded effect of numbers, like right now, even if I'm to say that each one of you is bringing in 10,000, that's already 2.6 million. That's already 2.6 million, just like that. And it's not something we have to take for granted. When we look at countries like Israel, how they've been able to take over the banking sector over the world and have families who own a third of the world's wealth. They did this because of numbers, and it's because they had a shared vision and they said, this is where we want to go and this is what we want to do. So why am I talking about a shared vision? It's because the more we talked with D, we realized that the next step of action would be for the group to become an association, because the association will transcend through generations. As we all know, none of us is immune to death. All of us one time will go and meet our creator, and it's not something we have to be scared about. But how do we create sustainability, and how do we ensure that the group benefits us? Because yes, we can say it's security, yes, which is good. We can say yes, we get together and raise money for burials, money for weddings, but how are we growing as a group? How are we getting better, and how are we ensuring that our generation, our children, our grandchildren are at least comfortable? We see what's happening right now. You guys are blessed, most of you are blessed maybe to have housing. It's becoming harder for people to access housing, and it's going to get worse. What's happening right now is going to get worse. Inflation is getting higher. And this brings out the aspect of working together to ensure that we have a common solution we are solving. Because when you look at an association, we can look at each other as a group, but it brings in opportunities. I can say there are different programs which established associations can access finances. This includes bank, and these are really low interest rates, really low interest rates. When you look at the association, of course, it has to have a constitution, and that constitution, of course, has an investment clause. That investment clause, of course, has to have an annual subscription. So you have to agree on an annual subscription. It could be 20,000, it could be 50,000. It depends on what you people feel can be paid. Something which is cross-sectional, which everyone can afford. Of course, I'm aware that when it comes in to group dynamics, it becomes hard because everyone wants what they want to go through. Most of us want what we think, we want other people to think what we think, but I think we have to embrace the fact that we are all individuals. So what's cross-sectional? So on this, I will ask Dee maybe to create a poll so that we can know what you're comfortable with giving. But it's also going to come to savings. When it comes to savings, we can look at 10,000. I believe all of us can earn 10,000, can save 10,000 a month. That would be around 2,500 per week. So I believe most of us can earn that because I've worked with farmers, and farmers are able to raise that every month. So if we look at 10,000 every single month, of course, some of us may default or something, but I believe that's something we can come up with and we start saving. So when we save this money for the start, because there are issues of trust, number one, there is a probability of of maybe betrayal. I'm not leaving that out. People can get money and run off. So that's the reason I'm here, is that how do we reduce the people risk? So in this aspect, when we've consolidated this money, how are we investing it? Of course, we can look at low risk right now because we are building trust. We look at the low risk, and those low risk investments, of course, the returns may be lower, but there will be good returns. When you look at the compounded interest, these will be treasury bills, bonds, unit trusts. It depends. It could also be those, there are those deals that come through, and when you have money you're able to earn. I'm not talking about deals which are, these are genuine deals, and they're looking at people who have money, maybe it's within the bank, and you earn a better interest because there are sometimes when you look at the ledger of unit trusts, there are sometimes when you make 44% in a day. And that's the beauty about Uganda. Uganda is one of the few countries where when you hit 100,000 US dollars, 100K, it's easy for you to make 1 million US dollars. It's very hard in all the other countries, and the reason is because, of course, most of us lack access to finance. But when you look at each other as a group, that's a target we can hit in a few years, even if we look at 10,000 every single month contributed by each of your members. Then when you look at the subscription fee, if it's 20K, it will be able to cover the administration fees. And in this aspect, when you look at some of you may have teenage children, some of you may have, this is an opportunity for them to be administrators, to just run and ensure that everything is going on well. So let's say you have agreed and say this is what we are saving. So what we would do, I had talked to Dee and I wanted to give a fund manager, but in this aspect we would work with a fund manager within the institution, who would give you a monthly report about your investment. How has your investment gone, and how much have you earned, and what's the compounded interest. And after that, you'd be able to understand where your group is going to go. Because if we review the first year and there are some goals you have, maybe as a group, maybe it will be buying land, or it may be putting up something like a supermarket, or it may be maybe engaging in exportation, whatever you decide, because we are here to help you throughout the process. We won't say, hey, we are going to consult and then we are going to leave you alone. In that aspect is that where you're supposed to go, we would be able to assist you. But your goals as a group, the earning is going to depend on how much you're willing to save. But maybe we can start with a low savings and we see how it can benefit the group. And also, when we look at an association, there are things like insurance. These are group premiums, and these are discussions. I know there are some of you who are in the insurance sector. These are discussions you can have on how you can organize insurance packages regarding life and also death. Like in sudden death, maybe the insurance company can pay you some money. Of course, they have their limits and there is money you're supposed to pay monthly. So those are the things you can look at, but this can only come in when we built the trust and understood that these are the people we are going to work with. But even forming an association does not take away the advantage of the group, which is to keep the group together and ensure that we are family and ensure the safety of the group. So I don't want us to think that by forming this association, we are pulling away from the group. We are aware that not everyone will be able to join. Not everyone can board the ship at the same time. But I hope that as we go through this, we understand the importance of us saving, understanding where we are going, and ensuring that we are just more than a group. It's not just about security, death, weddings, but something that's going to help us grow, something which has a future, something which is going to impact the community. Because when you look at an association can apply for grants. I hope most of you know that. It all depends on the MEMAT, not the MEMAT, sorry, the articles within the association. So there are so many advantages. That's the first one I can say. You can be able to access money from the government, number one, if I were to look at, including BOU, by the way. But most importantly, it would also help you if you're going to apply for grants and you have projects you want to run. It's going to be much easier for you. So I do not want to talk so much, but we as Imali would help you set up the systems, the governance, and the structures you need so that you're able to run the group, especially regarding finance. Where there is finance, there are so many risks. So how do we cover those risks and ensure that your investment is safe, it's protected, but you're still earning? Number two, ensure that no one in the group runs off with money. That's also possible. How do you ensure that we lock everything in and things are kind of transparent? Then by the end of we're hoping by the end of this would understand the number of active contributors and the amount you have agreed to contribute if you are in for this. If you feel you're not in for this and you have to wait, you can say, hey, I want to see how this works. We even 20 members, that's a very good number. We are hoping that maybe we can get 50%. 50% is a very good number. That's not something you can easily get anywhere. And yeah, so for us, we're here to protect your money and ensure that you grow as a group, but also as individuals. And this will be really professional, and we shall be able to ensure that the documents cover all the risk and also the human resource and all those all those things that come with a group, or come with forming an association. Otherwise, thank you very much. I'm open to any questions. I don't know if I missed out anything. You can ask me. I just wanted to just give you that introduction to pique your curiosity, to to see how many of you would be interested in ensuring that the group takes the direction of an association. Otherwise, have a very lovely week. I'll be available until Friday for any questions. I'm going to be available and I'll be able to answer those questions. Otherwise, have a lovely week. Bye.